of my father. Rabotai, I just want to, before I read this halachot, I want to just make something really quick, clear. Somebody came up to me and asked me a question. What about spending money on their parents? For example, if the parents want to go on vacation, every time they want to go on vacation, and the parents do not have money, and bli and har, the person has money. So all this time I've been speaking about that you are allowed to use the money of tzedakah to be able to sustain your parents, that's the halakha technically. But over here, when we look into Yalkut Yosef later on, he says over here that all this that we're speaking about, that's only if the son does not have Rabotai, like we made it clear last time. So let me read it for you like this, Rabotai. Im en efsharut la'av leitparnes, if the father does not have the possibility to be able to sustain himself, uleben yesh efsharut leparnes et hora'av mikaspo, but the child has a possibility to sustain his parents from his own money. Lo yifransanam mikaspei tzedakah shelo, Rabotai, you should not give money from your tzedakah. If you want to say give 20% from what you're making, that money should not be used towards your parents because Baruch Hashem you have. So in Miljon, we have to make it very simple. If a person is making 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 a month max, then you could use the tzedakah because you're not gonna get by. Not you, but I'm saying the person not gonna get by. But if a person is making 20, 30, or if he's a farmer and he's making 100 or $150,000 a year, Rabotai, if you have Rabotai, you should try to see to use your own money and not the money from tzedakah. Why? What's the problem if I use the money with tzedakah before? Besides what we said last time, that Masechet Kiddushin, there's a Tana that says he's going to be cursed because he should really be using his money. Another reason he says over here, because you are embarrassing, you're shaming your parents by using charity money on them. That's what Rabotai, you shouldn't be using it because we want to be able to give kavod and not to embarrass them. Even if the parents do not know that the money that you're giving them is charity money, so too he should not do so. You're not allowed to give your parents tzedakah money. That's only in the cases that if you have Artur the money, if you have the money, you do not use charity money. But what happens the other way around? The father doesn't have, the son doesn't have, then we're going to tell you, then we're going to be able to say that he's able to use his charity money for his parents. He's allowed to give the whole 10% that he's supposed to give out. He's allowed to give everything to his parents without any problem. You do not need to start giving other people also. If what you have right now is 10,000 for maaser, let's say throughout the year, or throughout 6 months, or whatever the situation might be, and your parents need the $10,000, Rabotai, you're allowed to go ahead and use those $10,000 for your parents. As now I want to be able to read this halakha. Rabotai, to what extent we have an obligation to serve our parents? Im yesh leben mamon, if the son has money, ula'af en, and the father has no money, va'ben mifarnes et aviv mitor tzedakah, and the son right now is sustaining his father from the laws of charity, chayav l'shalem avur aviv, the son is obligated to pay for his father, v'imo and his mother, gam b'shvil beged l'bosh, also when it comes to wearing clothing, he has to go ahead and get it. V'avur terufot, he has to also pay for their medications. V'tashlum lerefoim, he also has to pay the doctors, whatever the cost is. The son is obligated to take care of those bills if the parents do not have. Kifi hatzedakah sheyesh lahorav, according to the charity that he has to give away, that's how much he's going to spend on his parents. V'chen hayav l'shalem et ha'maasim shemechayvim et aviv, kigo maasei ireha v'chodumeh, Rabotai, the IRS comes back against the father and the father has no money now, the son is obligated to pay the taxes. He basically has to pay the back taxes for his father if they come to him and the father has nothing to pay it with. And all this Rabotai is from the din of tzedakah, meaning up to what you're able to spend 10%, that's how much you're going to give. However, he says, Kol ze b'adam ashir v'noten tzedakah b'shur lefi oshro. Rabotai, all these halachot that we just said up to now, we're dealing with a person who's very rich and he gives tzedakah according to his wealth. אבל אינו חייב לשלם ביותר מהשיעור המוטל עליו מדין tzedakah. But he's not obligated to give more than the charity that's put on him. 10% and not more. ואם גם אחרים רוצים להשתתף בחלק מהתשלום שאף צריך לשלם עבור הנ"ל, let's say other people also want to help you about it. Other people want to say, I want to give you maaser for your parents also. I want to be able to help for their medication, pay for their medication or for their clothing. בתור tzedakah, they want to give you from their charity. אין הבן חייב לתת לו את כל הצדקה שלו, וישתתף אחרים בתשלומים הנ"ל. The son does not have to give everything from himself, the tzedakah money. If you have 5 people that want to take care of the bill, I don't know, say 5 brothers, 4 sisters, whatever it is, they want to take care of the bill. Each one wants to give 10% from each one. So that means that will leave you just giving only 5% where you don't have to give all 10%. That would also be allowed. Rabotai, I want to just read for you over here. He brings over in Tana B'Eliyahu. This that we wrote, Shechayav l'shalem gam avur beged l'lbosh. This that we wrote that the son has an obligation to pay also for the father's clothing. This is based on Tana B'Eliyahu. Ki tir'eh arum v'kisito. Rabotai, if you see your father chas v'shalom naked, he doesn't have no clothing. Right, over here, Michela. Over here is going that when Hashem saw Adam Arishon and Chava, when he saw them naked, he covered them. Kishem shakadosh baruch hu yishum hagadol mevarach leolam leolam olamim. ראה את אדם הראשון וחווה אשתו שהיו ערומים ולא ימתים להם אפילו שעה אחת להיותם ערומים עד שילבשם מיד. רבותיי, when Hashem, may he be blessed of memory, when he saw Adam Arishon and Chava were naked, he didn't ask any questions, but he went ahead and right away he dressed them, he put clothing on them. Kimo ken, Rabotai, listen to this carefully. I wanted to show you something very important. So too, lo yireh adam et aviv v'imo kishehem cholchim bebegadim beluim. You're not allowed to see to it that your parents walk with worn clothing, Rabotai. It's a disgrace when your parents, forget your, but in general, a person wearing worn clothing, especially your parents, Rabotai. If you see your father's pants are worn out, you see the shirt is worn out, you see the shoes are worn out, you see it doesn't look nice, Rabotai, you have an obligation. If the parents do not have money, you have an obligation to go ahead and change it. You have to buy them nice clothing, beautiful clothing. If a person, let's say, wears with it's a monetary value, 5. You have to go ahead and dress your parents with 10 manim. You always have to choose your parents the best. That means, my kingdom, it means it's very simple. So whenever somebody's wearing Balenciaga, am I saying it correct or no? Balenciaga, whatever it is. Or somebody decides to wear Ferragamo shoes, and his father's wearing, I don't know, Geox or some other Payless company, Rabotai, that's not how it works, it's just the other way around. If you buy yourself Ferragamo or Turjo, or if you're wearing a Rolex, that means your father has to wear AP Artur Pinchasov. Thanks, Kazali. Artur, I don't know his name, leave me alone. Rabotai, the bottom line is if you're Artur John, whatever you buy for yourself, if you see that your parents' clothing are worn out, whatever you buy for yourself, it must be, Rabotai, that you have to buy for your parents, much nicer, but not like today, Rabotai. The children look the most, sometimes you see children, and you say, this is their parents? Chasam, they look like homeless people. He spends all the money on himself, 10, 15,000. Easy he's wearing on himself. His watch alone is only 10,000. Easy. You look at his father, the shoes are not shine, the pants are ripped in the back, he has a hole over there. Rabotai, it's very sad that all the things that our parents did for us, Artur, we can't even give back to them. We're so stingy. I'm telling you, it's very sad. Give back to your parents, nothing's going to happen. They gave you all this time, start giving back also. And amen, Rabotai, these were the halachot for Kibbut Avim. Really quick, a little bit musar when it comes to davening Shemona Esrei. Ken, let me. Ken. Before Shlem, from my grandmother, Baruch Bat Sarah. Okay. We got Dina Bat? Chana. Before Shlem. Rabotai, in the Sefer Avir Yaakov, he brings down over here that he wants to prove over here, you know what's a KOFER, Rabbi? You know what's a KOFER? A person who denies Hashem. A person who does not believe in God. So all of us say we believe in God. But do we really believe in God? So let's see what he has to say, because I don't want to say it from my mouth. I don't want people getting the wrong idea. Rabotai, v'lo yasim libo v'da'ato rak b'tivla. We continue in prayer, Artur. When a person is davening Shemona Esrei, your whole being, all your mind, all your thoughts, everything has to be in Shemona Esrei alone. Everything has to be that you're standing in front of Hashem. V'yadan, you should know mashe motzi b'safatav. You have to know what comes out of your mouth. Like we showed this halach in the Shulchan Aruch last time. V'yotzi hadivarim benachat u'b'matun. Take out these words with calmly, slowly, Rabotai. Rabotai, I'm telling you right now, in Mot Shabbat you see this a lot. Ilan John, Mot Shabbat you see this a lot. You only say Amunai Safatai Tzivtach Ufiyagiti Elotecha Baruch Ata Hashem until you say Elokeinu, right? Elokei Abraham, Elokei Yitzchak. You already hear people screaming Ata Chonin, Ata Chonontanu, Michela. How did you get to Ata Chonontanu? Or when you're saying Ata Chonin, he's already screaming Yalav Yavo. Aaron, how did you get to Yalav Yavo? Do you know the kavanot, the simple kavanot that you have to have in Shemona Esrei will take you no less than 5 to 7 minutes. No less than 5 to 7 minutes. But today it's express train, E-train. Everybody has to be able to daven Shemona Esrei slowly and calmly. V'yakir, you should recognize. V'yavin, you should understand. Ki hu bebeit hamelech. You're in the house of the king. Ve'omed lefnei hamelech, and you're standing before the king. Only if you're able to do this, only then are you going to have fear and trepidation on your Rab. But you guys are lawyers, no? So you guys know how it works in the courthouse. Just walk in the courthouse, you already feel. Even if you did nothing wrong, you feel you did everything wrong. It's so sad, man. And that's how it is, Rabotai, because we don't see Hashem, we don't believe in Hashem. But if a person does, Misha, listen to this, Misha. Misha, stop it. If a person does opposite of this, Harehu nikra kofer. If a person does opposite of this, that when he's down in Shemona Esrei, his mind is not there, he's down in express, he's considered to be a kofer, one who denies Hashem. How in the world can you stand here with Rabotai, I'm telling you right now, the Chazanim, I'm not thinking about everybody, I'm not speaking about House of Torah, just in general, I'm speaking about I'm speaking in general, Rabotai. I went to a place, you will not believe it. There was a Chazan, a beautiful voice. Beautiful, I'm telling you right now. He sings in Chatunot, beautiful voice. So it was an option between me and him. Rabotai, this person, I know this person. Mixed parties, mixed beaches, sings in forbidden weddings. Rabotai, these people are never allowed to be Chazanim. So again, when you have a Talmud Chacham, and I'm not a Talmud Chacham, but when you have a person who looks like a Talmud Chacham, and you have a person who has a nice voice, who did they pick? They picked this guy. So I didn't say anything, I let him daven. Rabotai, I'm telling you right now. As we were davening, there was, unfortunately, it was in a house basically. So there was a guy and a girl coming through. In the middle of Shemona Esrei, I'm telling you now, before he was in the middle of Shemona Esrei, this guy is telling the girl, Rabotai, after we finished davening, Rabotai, when I saw walked in, Rabotai, she was wearing nothing less than a miniskirt. During Shemona Esrei, he's looking at a girl telling her to come into the house. Where's your Yiras Shamayim? But he has a nice voice, Rab. That's what counts. They have nice voices. They do all the Averos and then they come and they daven. Rabotai, with these type of Chazanim, the money that you give to the shul is wasted. The prayers that you daven there is wasted. Nothing goes up. You're not allowed to daven these kind of shuls. Or better yet, with these kind of Chazanim. It's better for you to daven by yourself at home than to daven with a Chazan who's a sinner like this. Even a Chazan who shaves with a razor, or even a lifeguard in the beach, you're not allowed to daven to Rabotai. Because they're sinners. All day they look with the eyes. Or what about a Chazan that has an open phone, meaning he watches all the movies all the time? What do you think, Rab, in Shemona Esrei, what do you think he's thinking? I remember the movie I watched many years ago, it was Speed. Yeah, you know the Speed, the one Speed? I could imagine the Chazan. In the middle of Shemona Esrei, thinking about Jack speeding through the highway, the bus. All this thing about the Akar and man, you guys think your tefillah is going straight to Shamayim. Your tefillah ain't going nowhere. Be happy if it goes touches the ground. That's what Rabotai he says over here. Anybody who does it opposite, anybody who does not have kavanah, that he's standing before HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he doesn't say slowly and calmly, he is called a kofer she'enu ma'amin she'amelech sham, because he doesn't believe that Hashem is there. The king is there in front of you. Umachshiv l'dvar, and he's listening to your words. You don't believe that. Had you believed it, you would have done everything slowly. She'im ma'amin she'amelech sham umachshiv l'dvar. If you would believe that the king is there, Hashem is there, and he's listening to his words, lo shayich she'daber b'chipazon ve'yavli davar mitoch davar. It doesn't make sense, Rabotai. It's not even, I don't know how to say the word shaykh in English, but he says it's not even kadai, it's not even worth it, Rabotai, for a person to rush and swallow his word one after another without saying this slowly. If you're speaking to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, why not take your time? This pasuk says, this person who davens like that, he's not blessing Hashem. Chas v'sham lo aleinu, he's cursing Hashem. Im ken behekar kofer hu, Rabotai. It comes out, we forced to say that a person who davens Shemar Esrei, Speedy Gonzalez, at the light of speed, he's a kofer, Rabotai. It doesn't work like that. That's what he says. Al ken isha yeret tzarich l'shmor atzmo bet tefillah shmir gdula ad me'od. A God-fearing person, Rabotai, needs to guard himself very much at the time of Shemar Esrei, Rabotai, very, very greatly, not to rush, not to say it very fast, but say it slowly, Artur, calmly. And remember one thing, Artur John, remember one thing, it's very simple. When you have to go speak to a lawyer, you pay big money. When you have to go see a doctor, you pay big money. When you have to try to bribe somebody, you have to pay big money. Rabotai, over here, Hashem is saying, speak to me for free, I'll take care of everything. That we don't want. That's why sometimes they say better is paid, that's what people feel it after. Rabotai, Hashem says, speak to me, I will help you for free. Do it, Rabotai, and you'll see how your life is going to change. Baruch Adonai Olam, Amen, Amen, Baruch Adonai Baruch Hu.